How to get and retain more attractive women. Let's not kid ourselves, guys. We're all in the game for attractive women. There's no better status symbol than walking into a restaurant or a bar with the most attractive girl there. Like you're him. And everybody should have that feeling because it feels freaking good. And I can tell you from personal experience, there has been a time in my life where I was with, average women. I was dating average girls when I was in my late teens and I was learning the game and I didn't really know what was going on. I haven't changed physically that much because I want to get that belief out of your head. It's not like I was like obese and now I look completely different. I look very similar. So it wasn't really looks. Yes, I got better haircuts and I got a little bit better shape and I have a beard. And so I did things to enhance myself naturally that you can also do that are very easy, but it was mainly the game. And now I flirt and talk to international Playboy models. You can see the short form content, the proof of that. I have flown many women out. I can travel to a new city in a new continent that don't even speak my language and hang out with hot girls. And I've done it and I've documented it. Well, kind of, because I'm new to content. So this was, this has been happening for a very long time. But this is how you can get when you know the game. You can up your level of attractive girls that you hang out with. So let's talk about it. So the number one error that most men make and I have made in the past is we treat hot girls differently. And this is a big mistake. This is one of the biggest mistakes you must avoid because what's going to happen is she is used, depending on how hot she is, let's be honest, but most attractive girls are being used to being put on a pedestal. They're very used to a guy coming along and just getting on his hands and knees. They get so much attention from Instagram. They get so many likes. They get so much overblown validation that they're used to being put on a pedestal. And when you also do that, it's repulsive. It's not interesting because that's what they're used to. They want something different. Women like excitement. They like variety. And so you can do that by doing the opposite. What is the opposite of not putting them on a pedestal? You never want to compliment them, ever. Don't give them any validation at all. You should be the one person on planet Earth that doesn't compliment them, assuming they're that hot, right? The one person. They're so used to everybody being like, you're hot, you're beautiful, blah, blah, blah. Be the one guy to where she has to question herself thinking, is he even into me? Does he even find me attractive? Because let me tell you this, no matter how hot she may be, no matter how much validation she may have, she is still wildly insecure. And you need to use that card. You need to use that as leverage because that is how you win the game. Does that sound a little dark? It's a gray area. I just call it knowing the game, knowing female psychology. They're very insecure, okay? They can get 10,000 likes, comments, DMs, etc. in a single day. If one dude calls them fat, they will remember it forever, okay? I'm not saying call her fat, but I'm just saying that's how their mind works. That's how their mind works. And so we instantly become impressionable and give a mental reaction when we don't fall in line with all of that validation. So that's number one. Don't validate at all. Don't treat her any differently. Don't compliment her at all. Be very nonchalant because we need to be the opposite of what they're used to, make things interesting. And that's how we're going to switch the dynamic. Now, I would also never be too talkative over text. This is kind of a rule of thumb with any girl. You can be more talkative with girls that are super into you because like they just love you and so you can just like chat with them, whatever. Although, why the fuck would you? But specifically with a very hot girl, when you're over talkative via text, what does that say, guys? Desperation, desperado. That means you're auditioning. You're in a circus now. You're the clown. You have the red nose on and you're doing the dances. That is what a lot of texting feels and looks like for a woman and for anybody else, to be honest. Double texting, triple texting, long paragraphs, multiple questions. Dude, you're in the circus. You're a clown. We want to be short, concise. We don't want to show much emotion at all. We want to be a little playful, barely, like playful enough to where she knows you do this, as in you know how to flirt with girls, you know how to talk to girls, but you don't care. That is the perfect frame you should be in with a hot girl. They should think you're a player because they want somebody desirable. I've said this many times. Women want somebody that's desirable. They don't really have that confirmation bias unless they know you talk to other girls, right? How else would they know? How else would they know that they're making a good decision by selecting you to hang out with? So we want to be nonchalant. We don't want to just do like K in one word, right? But we don't want to do paragraphs. We don't want to do many questions. We want to be very nonchalant. We want to go in, go out, go in, go out. And we want to capitalize. This is very important. From the first touch point, you want to just go straight to the hangout, to the date. If you drag this on, they're going to forget. They have a lot of leads, right? So we have to act fast. We have to catch their excitement. We have to be a little playful, give them a little banter, a little bit. Move to date. Boom. When you show that level of confidence and assertion, that's also very attractive. Most men, right? We want to do things most men don't do. We want to frame ourselves in a way that most men don't frame themselves. Most men, when they start talking to a hot girl, really in their head, talk way too much, wait way too long, are too scared to be assertive. We want to do the opposite of all that. So we want to be assertive, and we want to just say, like, let's go out. Show that boldness, show that confidence. They'll probably be like, I'm down where? Or something like that. And then you say, here's the plan. Let's go here at this time. You be bold. You be bold. You be straight line assertive. That's attractive. They're used to all this fluff. A lot of hot girls are used to men, like I just mentioned, that are very scared of them. They're scared. They're straight up intimidated. When a man is intimidated, he acts like a fucking pussy. And so what that means is he's not going to ask them out. He's going to be too afraid to take them out. He's going to be too afraid of rejection. He's just going to try and talk to them to just feel good about himself. Fuck that. We don't need to feel good about ourselves. We want you. So we're going out right here, right there, straight, firm, and within 1 to 2 days of the initial contact. And you then want to set the date within 1 to 2 days of that contact. So let's say you either match with her or you start DMing her. You should ask her out within a day. The date or the hangout should be within 1 to 2 days of that. You can't overextend this. They will bail, they will forget. These things happen all the time. And if they're busy in those 2 days, you dip and you come back later. You have to be able to roll those dice. And you have to know this. The more you pull away, the more she will chase. So you might say to yourself, well, if I don't talk to her for a couple of days, or if I wait a week to talk to her again, she might forget, she might not respond. She remembers. Hot girls remember men that humble them. Trust me, because it never happens. You have to understand, we must do the opposite of the average man. The average man would say, okay, what about the next day? What about the next day? Text him every day. Don't do any of that. Come back in a week with a voice note, being like, hey, make yourself free this time. Like, don't make me, like, be playful, right? Like, don't make yourself free this time. Come on. Like no time like the present. If she still is resistant or busy, fuck that, in my opinion. You might want to try one more time, depending on how much abundance you have in your dating world. But I don't care how attractive a girl is. 1 or 2 chances, that's it. 1 or 2 chances. But you want to have that unpredictable cadence of communication. So if they're busy, we wait a little bit. We come back with a voice note. We come back with a fun. We respond to something. We come back with some excitement, and then we go straight for the kill again. So to recap, and by the way, I talked about looks a little bit earlier, so I just want to touch on that briefly. I just grew a beard from when I was 18, obviously. I got a little bit of a better haircut to fit my face, but I have not changed how I looked. But the quality of women I got is so much higher. So it's not really looks, which is what I want to excite you about. It's more about energy, behavior, and standards. And one last thing, just because she's hot doesn't mean you should tolerate bullshit. Don't do it, guys. Don't do it. She won't respect you. If you stand 10 toes, she will respect you. I tolerated less from women and got more attractive, better women as a result. You always fall into your minimum standard. What you're minimally willing to tolerate is what you're going to get. And just because she's hot doesn't mean she can push you around, go outside of your standards. None of that bullshit, okay? None of it. Tolerate the best. Be straightforward. Don't compliment. Don't validate. Be a little bit playful to kind of like, show her you have some sort of personality, good energy, but then go straight to it. And don't overthink this shit. She's just a girl. And remember, they're wildly insecure, okay? Don't put her on a pedestal. She's just a human being.